I'm Andrew Slater, and I was formerly a landscape architect, historic landscape consultant and practitioner. I came involved with this project because I applied. There was a call out for 6 artists to work on these projects, 2 creative writing opportunities, and I applied for both of those, and I was awarded this one, which is an excited one, and it's called By Leaves We Live, to celebrate the life and work of Patrick Geddes. And we're in Riddle's Court today doing this interview, and this was one of the buildings that Patrick Geddes conserved and where he held his summer schools and so on. The project, which we're calling, at least at this stage, Our Place in Our Words, is conceived as a pilot project that communities up and down the land could take up. The idea being that the best people to describe the place they live in are the people that live in that place.
My name is Cliff Haig, and I used to be Professor of Planning at Heriot-Watt University. Role with Andrew has been to liaise with him over the setting up of the project and to take part in the workshops, and then to be the kind of link to Planning Aid for Scotland on the progress of the project.
We chose a site, and our site is actually Arthur's Seat.
My name's Meg Nelson. I'm a town planner and I work at GVA James Bar. The workshop at Riddle's Court was started by Andrew the artist calling through a series of 12 prompts, a series of words and phrases that he ran through in quick succession, and asked the group to write down just one instinctive word after each prompt, your first reaction to the word that he'd spoken.
I got them into a sort of semi-meditative state by a little bit of sort of closed eyes and, calm down and let's just think about where we are and what we're hearing and this sort of thing. And I said, please forget every jargon word that you use in the week and just think about how you feel here. And so then when they were invited to open their eyes, they were given 2 or 3 seconds to respond to each of the prompts that I read out, only on a very small business card, so they could only write one word or a very short phrase.
I'm Nicola Miller. I am a volunteer for Planning Aid for Scotland, but I'm also a planner. I work for the Royal Town Planning Institute doing policy and practice work. It was a really good way of kind of engaging other planners and talking to each other in a very different way. So it wasn't the normal planning get together where you sit and listen to someone talk for half an hour and then you ask questions and kind of get a bit of discussion. This is much more getting hands on and getting involved with it. So it was really interesting to actually find out we were the ones taking part in the workshop, as it were. There's
no way of simply describing features of landscape because people's individual subjective responses can be so different for the same feature. It is my duty to sort of put my imprint on it, but in a sense I almost don't want to, because I want it to be a true bit of community art.
I've had quite a lot of fun out of it, and that was probably my main intention, and I've certainly learnt things.
It's to celebrate Patrick Geddes, but it's also to celebrate Planning Aid for Scotland's 20th anniversary, and its contribution has been massive, and it's really exciting that a planning organisation which fosters public engagement should actually look to artists now to help to inform and examine the planning process in Scotland. I think it's a great initiative.
It's got definitely really good potential as a technique and a tool for helping people to think about where they live or a place, and to break down barriers about talking freely about that.
I think I see it more as the kind of beginning stage of thinking about place and space and encouraging people to come along and talk. I think it could be a really useful tool in amongst all the other things that we've got as planners to really engage communities in a more meaningful way.